Alright, now I've got the other bracket made. Now what I need to do is line up the holes and drill for the bolts. I'm going to be bolting into here and to here. So this is where I need to put my holes. Okay, let's make that a little wider. Alright, that is good. So what I want to do is notch this. Alright, so I'm just going to remove that bit of material for right now. And come back and take another stab at it. Alright, now let's see if that took off enough. Alright, now I'm going to need to remove these turn signal brackets, pull them off the bike so I can cut the mesh.
How you doing? I'm wearing a diaper on my face. Woohoo! I'm wearing this because I have no ventilation in here.
Alright, now that is looking better. Compare. Alright. Now let's see how much progress we've made on this. Here we are. I think that is what I want to do. I want to bend this bracket in. So I need to cut these flanges off.
And now here's a tip for all of you watching. Make sure before you use a dust mask that you freshen your breath. Seriously? I'm about to stop right here and go hit the mouthwash. Woo! Okay.
Alright, let's take this back off and put this in the vise and do some bending. Alright, so let's see if this will be the last test fit. Okay, so the inside bracket looks good now. Alright. Finally, now that is right on the money. Okay. Finally got this outside bracket tweaked. Now if I can just accommodate with the inside bracket here. Keep going back and forth. The outside, the inside, pull it off, put it on. It is a lot of tedious work. But it has to be done right. All right. And that looks it. That is the business right there. Okay. Now I just need to drill a hole for a bolt. Drill a couple holes here for the fairing, and I am done with this friggin' bracket. And then I just have the other one to do. Woohoo! Now, how easy do you think it is going to be to match that other bracket up with this one? I bet super easy. Actually, I would not take that bet. But you might. Alright, so this is done. Let's have a good look at it. Yeah. That was a lot of back and forth. Bending, shaping, cutting, grinding, but it is all done, except for drilling holes. Still need to drill all the holes. I'm going to fix this fairing to the bracket, fix the fairing to the bracket so I can adjust to really get it aligned properly. But that was some good work right there. Since the garage door is closed, on goes the face diaper.
And I have learned my lesson from yesterday. Fresh breath.
Really makes a difference. Alright, now as you can see here, I have reinstalled the headlight bucket, and I wanted to put this back in because this is what holds all of the wiring. Now of course, after I get this back in, I put the new bracket that I've made up to here, and well, now the bucket is in the way. So of course, now I've got decisions to make. Do I just toss out the bucket and grab some zip ties and tie up all the wiring and hope that the new brackets hide all of that? Or do I cut into this? Now, since I have a spare bucket, I'm going to just go ahead and cut into this and see if I can make it fit and work with the new brackets for the fairing. If not, I can always go with zip ties, or if I screw up, I can always make sure to get all of my measurements right with this one and then go ahead with the spare bucket and get that one all sorted out. So, more work to be done. Alright, so I went ahead and cut on the headlight bucket, and it just looked like crap. It stuck out at the bottom. So I'm not going to be using this now to cover up the wiring. So, I want to go ahead and make a cover now to come along the bottom and help cover up a lot of this wiring. So I'll be doing that next. Need to make a template so I know what I'm doing. Okay, that looks about where I want it. And now I'm going to be using a thinner gauge metal since there's not going to be anything structural under here. So hopefully that should be easier to work. Alright, now I just about have this bent to the way I want it to be shaped. That looks about there. Just some fine tuning, this job will be done. Of course, as you can see, I took it over to the vise, bent some tabs, so I can drill some holes so I can bolt this on up here. That is a good thing that I kept these tabs and the brackets here, so now I have something to drill and tap. Alright, now since with all of the wiring and the headlight and all of that within all the brackets and the cover here, I'm not going to be able to get any nuts in here to screw bolts into, so I'm going to have to drill holes and tap them for screws. Now, just in case you've never tapped threads before, you want to make sure that your screw pitch on your tap and your screw pitch on your screws are the same. And you can tell by using a screw pitch gauge. And this here And that is how it is done. Brilliant. Now, before I reassemble for the last time, I want to go ahead and clean up all of these edges, grind them and smooth them. And I want to file the holes that I drilled and tapped. Just cleaning off all of that slag. Alright, now before I put everything back together, I want to test this light to make sure it works. And of course it does not have the proper connectors, so I'm going to have to try to temporarily rig something up just so I can test the light to make sure it works. Okay, first the ground, and let's hit the white, now the blue, and there should be light. Yay, there's light. Alright, so now I'm ready to reassemble the fairing with the brackets and cover and get everything buttoned up for the last time. But first I needed to make some alterations to the fairing, which I already did when I thought the camera was recording. Alright, so just so you know, I cut off the end of these brackets here, and I cut out notches in the bottom ones, so I can slide them in and out with the bolt to have more adjustability. And now I just want to open up these top holes. I thought I was recording. Now it always helps when parts are not going in easily. Just grab some petroleum jelly and lube them up. Every good mechanic and pervert will have a jar of petroleum jelly. I swear I'm a good mechanic. That looks marvelous. All right, now let's have a look and see what this looks like with the walk around. Nice and clean. There we go. That is done. That does look nice from the side. Hiding all of that wiring in there. That sure looks good. Alright, I'm done, son. See you later.